Hello, everybody that may or may not be watching. There's a couple of watching. I've gone a little early. Well, sort of on time-ish. Yeah, so we're going to be playing with this little beautiful kit. But not just myself. There's a lovely Carl. Hello, Carl. How are you?
Hello. How are we all?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Are you all excited? We've been talking about doing this for ages.
For ages, for a very long time. A very, very long time, to be fair. Yes. Excited.
Have you looked in the box, though?
No. No, I have not.
Right. Okay.
No, I've managed to keep my peepers out of the box. I peeped in the other box.
Oh, okay.
But not this one. I couldn't resist the other box.
Okay, so let's five of you watching. Oh, Mr. Loco. How the devil are you? I hope you're well over there and keeping safe. I was just about to say, any of you who are watching, pop up a message and obviously we'll say hello. Got any questions about what we're doing, etc. as we go through. Basically, the format of what we're going to do is we are going to build this kit on a live. Now, that might not be every week. It'll be as and when we do it. Work and life and all that sort of stuff has in store for us. So, yeah, we'll do that as we go. There'll be no cheating, James.
We'll see next week.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, so we're going to build this only on the live, and you guys can watch. So, as I say, pop up any questions as we go along. Now, what we're going to do this evening is we are going to do an unboxing of sorts. And to aid us in that, I've got a little presentation. No, it's not. It's just a website. We can go through a little bit of information on there, etc. But Carl is going to go through the box and show us the sprues. Just throw him under the bus there. And just to prove that I've looked in the box. I'm not going to lie, but I haven't opened anything. So I'm going to take the lid off mine.
Get rid of that. So we can get rid of that glare as well.
Yeah, that was the other reason. So there we go. We're both in the same situation. All
crinkly.
All in one bag. So it's all still there, not being touched. But yeah, we'll go through that. And obviously, as we go through the sprues and we talk about it, I will mirror Carl, but I'll make him full screen so we can see what he's talking about. And then if we need to, we can always go back to the website and look at some bits and pieces on there as well.
Yes.
So,
quick question.
Go on.
So why are we building this? Why this particularly aeroplane?
Why this particular aeroplane?
Yes.
That's a good question, Carl. Why are we building this?
Oh, because it's the kit that you chose. Because I do believe it's your favoritist aeroplane.
Yeah, it's one of the airframes I really, really like. And something that I've not told Carl is one of the versions of the two options in this particular kit is the version that I've built numerous occasions in 1/72nd, back from when I was about 11 or so, or whenever I first started in a Matchbox kit.
Did they discover petroleum back then?
Yeah, it was more carving at that point, obviously.
Okay. I thought so. Wooden kit.
Yeah. Ours. Right, so yes, so obviously we'll go through that in a second. Before we go over to the website, do you want to just talk about in the chat, Carl?
What's going on in the chat? So we've got Crazy Lug saying howdy, Carl and everyone, and then to Mr. James, great to hear your voice. Well, that's here and there.
Yeah, debatable.
Let me get to the comments. Here we go. So, other voice was quiet and hard to hear. That might be me. I might need to turn my volume up in a minute. And we've got Scott, the Junk Works. Good evening. Hope you're healing up, James. And hello, Carl. And that is us caught up with chat.
Wonderful. Yes, is the answer. I am healing up slowly but surely, but I'm getting there. So we won't dwell on that. Enough of that. It's not all about me. So this is what we will be playing with in this build series. This is the 148th P-47D-25RE Thunderbolt. Now this is a relatively new kit from Miniart, all new sprues, etc., etc. And we've opted for the basic kit. Lots of reasons behind that, but mainly it was a case of we didn't want to blow our mind.
And aeroplanes really aren't my thing, so this is going to be interesting for me.
Yes, that was the other reason as well. You're right. So this is the kit itself. It's the basic kit. Just tell you a little bit about the kit itself. There are numerous parts. It is plastic. It is not a toy. Contains models of airplanes with 2 decal options. And obviously, this is kit number 48009. And this is what it'll end up looking like when it's built, hopefully, without any paint on. Very nice airframe, very big and chunky, actually, if you've ever seen one in person, and quite scary. The detailing on the renders looks really, really good.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks very, very crisp, yeah. So
can get rid of that with a sanding stick.
Oh yeah, we can screw that up big time. So yeah, lots for us to be annoyed with and throw our toys out of pram. Obviously, one of the main differences on this kit to the advanced kit, which is the other one you can get, the advanced one has lots of PE. You've got very nice detail here in the wheel wells, and in the advanced kit, you have the ability to open up the ports where all the guns and weapons are, etc., as well as the engine detail. Now, the engine detail is here. Now, this is what's in the kit. So the engine detail is pretty good. I've got to be honest, by looking at what I can see there. You could add to it quite easily without too much of a worry or trouble. So you could add in some wiring and all that sort of stuff if you really wanted to, or you could just buy the advanced kit and that will talk you through the engine itself anyway. So it's got 3 sets of wheels, so you have to be careful as you go through the instructions and figure out which ones you actually want to use. And I will scoot past this because I think that was all I was going to show on there actually. So yeah, so that's the kit in itself, looking really, really nice. Let's have a look, Carl, at the bits and pieces in the box, shall we? Oh, hello.
I have what?
I pressed the wrong button.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. Okay. So I've opened up the destruction book and the decals. So we'll take a quick look at the decals first. Two sets of decals. The first set is all your numbering and lettering of all the tiny little pieces. I can see me not using this decal sheet at all. The screen printed by a Cartograph, made in Italy. So I do believe Cartograph are one of the better stencil makers. So that is stencil sheet 1. Stencil sheet 2 is more my size, great big huge stuff. We've got down a bit. We've got the checkered nose there. The red nose section for the other one is there. So I'm tempted to do a bit of a mix and match of these decals because I do like the checkered nose, but I also like this decal of this figure. So mine may not be the same as on the box. We shall see. But again, printed by Cartograph. Looking very nice. Sharp and crisp. Okay, that is the decals. Put those away for later. Okay, so just to check with everyone, is my volume a little bit better now? Because I have turned myself up a bit.
So while we're just waiting for them to give us an idea of I think it's better personally, but let us know in the comments. Let's catch up with the chat. So we got Gremlin Models Mayhem, which is Gary, saying, "Evening, James. Evening, mate. How you doing? Hi, everyone else in the chat. And Karl. Anfield Road Model. Anfield Layout in the Loft. It says hi and
pick and sound good. Perfect.
There we go. And we're caught up.
Okay, on to the destructions. It's a book. So front of the book's highly detailed model. Hatch can be posed open or closed. Clear parts are included. Like you stated, there are 3 types of wheels included, so we shall have to watch that. And decal sheets for 2 variants. So I can imagine these are going to be quite standard instructions. So we have our sprue layouts on the first page, our clear parts. Yep, nothing unusual there. The usual instructions of don't eat the plastic, don't stick yourself to the table. The usual things that we do. On to page 1. Like I say, I'm not a great aeroplane builder. I think I've built 2 in the past. I do have a couple in the stash. So cockpit build up first, and then the 2 sides are together over the cockpit. So reasonably detailed and pretty clear instructions. So hopefully it's not going to be too difficult. And then we're on to the wings with all the cannons and the machine guns in the wings. And there's quite a bit of detail by the looks of it in the wheelbase as well. Even though I said this isn't the detailed kit, it still looks pretty comprehensive. So both those pages are the wings and setting up the landing gear as well. And the last page is the armaments. So I think there's 2 different types of loadout you can do for the armaments as well, depending on which colour scheme you go for. And then we have, on the last couple of pages, we've got our decal layout there. Like I say, that is an awful lot of decals compared to what I'd do on a piece of armour or a science fiction model. That is an awful lot. So we shall see if they all go on. And then we have our 2 colour schemes there. Okay, so where is... Must be on the back page, yeah. So every part is numbered with a colour, and the colours are on the back page here. We've got colours for Vallejo, Mr. Colour, AKRC, Mission Models, Ammo Meg, Tamiya. So a good variety there of showing you exactly what colour paints you need. So hopefully, with such a large range of paints, we'll have enough paints to do the actual colours themselves. So that is the destructions.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, isn't there?
I expected there to be a lot more pages of instructions, but oh look, I think I missed one out. Must have been stuck together. Yeah, so we do have the engine to build up as well. So I did miss that out.
Yeah, if you look at the engine instructions, what I'll do is I'll just highlight myself. So as I was saying earlier, that's quite a lot to be going on with the engine in itself, and there is not an awful lot really missing in plastic. So the advanced kit has got this parts of this of the wiring limb, etc., for PE, etc. But you could add bits in yourself if you really wanted to with this basic kit. But that is quite a detailed basic engine. In fact, I don't think basic and that really go together. I think certainly looking at some of the other kits in which I've got of this same airframe. There's a lot of detail going on here. So while you were doing that, I did open my box and I did open the bag of sprues. shall I do the main? Let me do the main
Yeah,
frame,
that's what I've just done as well. But yeah, go ahead.
and then
We'll get them out as well. Just bear with me.
you grab one as well. So this is the main frame itself.
Mine's already been cut. Okay. Yeah.
The detail on it is very, very crisp. The panel lines are very nice, not too deep, and the rivets are recessed.
Yes.
As far as I can tell, there isn't any that are popping out and hurting my fingers. Like they're really going to scratch that bad. But you can see very, very crisp detail there. And then in the reverse side, there is no detail in here for the cockpit, apart from the last little bit at the back here. It's all plain. And the reason being is because you'll find out when we get to that bit in the instructions and the sprues.
Yeah, you usually see some sort of detail in there. Okay. All right, so I've got them out of the bag, so I'm going to go through the sprues as they come out of the box.
Okay.
We are starting with the smaller screws.
Okay.
And there is 1, 2, 3, 4 small sprues, should I say. And we have 2 that are the same. These are 2 of the armaments. This is Sprue CE. And this has what look like the torpedo launchers. So again, the detail is very nice. These, you're going to be able to make that out, but these parts here that go on the ends are really detailed. Don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up on the camera. No, it's not really focusing very well. But
which sprue was that?
CE.
CE.
Yes. I don't know if you've got a picture of CE.
That is what I'm just looking for.
While you're looking for that, we will go to the next sprue, which is GA, which is the propeller. So is it a four propellers? Or is this 2 separate ones? I don't know.
So on that particular aircraft, it is a, or the way they've done it is they split the propeller in half. So you do stick both those pieces together for a 4-blade.
Those do go together. Okay, yeah. So it is a 4-bladed propeller. But again, not a huge amount of detail on the propeller. It is just basically a slightly twisted sheet of metal. So there's not going to be a huge amount of detail on there. And the last small sprue, which is DA, looks like parts of the cockpit. Now this is looking very detailed, especially this piece here. It's got all the wiring there. It's got wiring on the back plate, and even wiring on the floor. Again, we've got our foot pedals and our display dials there. So yeah, very, very detailed. I don't know if you want to see if you can find these. We'll take a closer look.
I'm just in the process of finding the said sprue. And would you believe the one that I really want to show, I can't because I haven't got it on here.
Oh, well, that's not annoying at all, is it?
No, which is the cockpit one which you were talking about. So if I add that in, so this is the
there we go. Yeah, that's the one.
There you go. So this is the rocket launchers that Karl was just talking about here, and the detail on there is very, very crisp indeed. That is to do with
oh, I apologize. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's DE. DE? No, DC, that one.
DC, yeah.
Yeah, and that's to do with underneath the wings, etc., for flaps and blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Again, that's very, very detailed as well.
Yeah. Sprue C, which is your bombs. 2 of those. And this is what we were saying about the propeller. So, very, very strange way in which they've done it. Because normally you would find a 4-blade propeller in one piece. but they
Yeah.
split it in half, which I'm really looking forward to actually seeing how that works, because I think it's a clever idea. So yeah, that'd be quite cool. These are drop tanks. This is C.
Oh, mine are all together on one big sprue.
Yeah, most of mine are all together. So yeah, this is CA2. These are the drop tanks. So these would have been your fuel. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that these were made not necessarily of metal. They were made of paper mache.
What?
Would you believe? Yeah. So it was to do with keeping the weight down. So yeah, quite bizarre. But I'm not sure which one's which. I'm going to get corrected. I know I am, but I think I'm not sure. But I think the bigger one, the one on the left hand side there, is not metal. But
right.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah, quite common actually. That was. I know the Mosquitoes had a drop tank as well, which wasn't metal. So yeah. Then you go on to the wheels section. So you've got weighted wheels here as well.
Again, I've got those on quite a large sprue, so that's why I've not got them out yet.
Yeah. I'll stop at that point because. Let me do that first. What I wanted to do is I wanted to go back to that. Where's that gone? Here. So it just so happens I can take that off. So this was the sprue that Karl was talking about. This is the cockpit, which is very, very detailed. This is the actual instrument panel here. But this is the wall side. I don't know if you can pick that up nicely. There we go. So this is the wall side. You can even see all the wiring, etc., on there as well. So it's highly detailed. And one of the reasons why we were talking about the frame, the actual main frame, has got no detail inside is because you're going to make up basically a little cockpit that you slot into it, and all the detail will be in that pod. So yeah, really, 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 really nice. I just want to really hone in on that one because that is so crisp and
sublime,
beautiful.
that is,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And bear in mind, this is a 1/48th kit. This isn't, this isn't something bigger. So that's quite amazing that they've managed to be able to get a nice crisp thing on that. So yeah, there you go. Where did you want to do some more frames, or shall I go back to the?
I was just gonna. The next one I've got out is the clear parts. I am not going to take it out of the bag. But yeah, they look okay. I don't see any issues with that through the bag. We'll take a closer look once it comes out of the bag. I don't want to take it out and scratch it and ruin it just yet. So yeah, looking very good. It's all looked good so far. And then we've got these two. This is the one you showed just with the wheels on, which is sprue D. And we have our main wheels there. Lots of little bits. Looks like we've got the cannons here. I'm just calling out the bits I know that they are. It looks like we've got some parts of the landing gear here as well. But again, the detail is great. I have seen a couple of little bits of flash. Not a huge amount. Primarily, the main part I saw with flash on was the foot pedals on the small sprue just. But
yeah,
it is not a huge amount. It's a nice, easy area to get to clean up. So this looks like the engine.
Yep.
Like you say, the detail. Is that going to focus for me? Come on. It's focusing on everything apart from what I need it to. Surprise. No. Anyway. It does look very, very nice. And so that was Sprue D and has this even got GC. So we shall put those up there out of the way. Next up, it looks like a duplicate, so two of the same. And this looks like, again, some more wheels, parts of the landing gear, drop tanks, etc. Again, the detail on there is very, very nice. So, yeah, two identical sprues. Again, it's, yeah, these are not supposed to be together. I think these are supposed to be separate. It looks like they've not, because this is C, CA, CB, CD, and CF on that sprue. And, of course, duplicated on the sprue below it. You'll be glad to hear there's only two sprues left. We will start with sprue. This one. So we've got some of the wings and stuff. This is sprue B. So yeah, it looks like we've got flaps, wings, landing gear cover, engine cowling. It looks like we've got the other side of the engine there. Again, not as detailed as the other side, but still very, very detailed. And we've got the back of the chair there with the seat belts already on. And again, it's, come on, you're focusing just there. It's, again, very, very nice for a seat belt that's been molded on. Oh, this plastic camera.
Yeah, it's very crisp,
Anyway,
isn't it?
Yeah. Have you got it out there as well? No.
I can. Mine's not out
fine.
of his bag, but I can.
Fine. We are on to the last sprue anyway, which is the main wings. It looks like the back of the engine, the main engine cowl. And again, the detail is lovely. And I think we've had this discussion many times, why they don't do the leading edge of the wings as a separate piece. I don't know. Like this part of the wing here and this part of the wing here should be molded as one piece, and it should just clip onto the front, so you don't have to sand it.
Yeah.
It would make doing wings and planes so much more pleasurable than having to start rescribing dots and lines and all that kind of stuff. But hey, yeah, so that is no detail on the inside. Well, you've got the detail for the inside of the wheelbase there. So yeah, very nice. And that is it.
Cool. So lots and lots of parts to this kit. I was going to just come back to the engine a moment. And just was going to show that, you know, this is a sprue. That whole sprue is all engine. For a basic kit, that's a lot of detail for a basic kit.
Yes.
So that's going to be pretty. I'm really looking for. I've become a little bit of an engine freak, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. What was the other bit you were showing?
I couldn't get to focus. The back of the seat.
Which is on... yeah, it's in here. So I haven't left it in the bag just purely to... Look, I'm proving the point.
Yours all separate bags?
Well, you know, I was watching you and thinking, that's a bit odd, because all of the little... These are all together.
Mine was in one bag.
You may have heard me clipping away. I've been taking the bits of big plastic off. So these bits, the bits that hold it all together. Some of it is separate bag and some of it isn't. It's
no, mine was literally all in one bag. Strange, isn't it?
So, yeah. This is what Karl was alluding to earlier. The back of the seat here. And there is no. I mean, it's a new mold anyway, so realistically, we shouldn't be looking at any flash on anything. But that's nice and crisp. There's not anything there to clean off on that at all. And I'm going to just bring up a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah.
And this is obviously the other side of the cockpit. So yeah, really, really nice. Yes, typical Miniart. There are lots of small pieces to increase the part count, of course. But I think they're pretty necessary pieces, and to have them nice and to have that detail so they're not disappeared in the mold is quite important, I think.
Yes.
So 16 of you watching, you've been talking amongst yourselves and busy listening to our description of the kit, etc. Obviously there are a few people out there that have built this. This isn't something that's fresh off the factory floor by any means. It's been out for a good 8-9 months, I think. There's quite a few builds around. From what little research I've done on the kit, there are no issues that I'm aware of. But if you've built the kit and you found you had the issue, or there was something you really, really liked about it and you're watching and you want to make a comment, please do so.
Indeed. That'd
be cool. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is you just add this back in a second. What we can do is obviously on the website, if you ever want to look at, I always find with Miniart, their website's really, really good. Because not only will they give you a description what's in the box, literally sprue by sprue, 3D renders, but they also have got some built up versions of the kit. So this is one of the scheme that's on there, and this is from the 8th Air Force.
That looks a lot bigger than the plane we've got in the box, like.
Eh?
That looks a lot bigger.
It's not.
I know. Nice.
It's really quite a nice scheme. Yeah, you can get if you like your freehand painting, etc. You could really have a lot of fun with this.
Whoever's done that, I've seen the chrome on the nose. Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And what did I say this was? The airplane was called wasn't Ball Joe, was it? What was the name of the?
It was Ball Joe.
Oh, was it Ball Joe? Oh, okay.
Stand by. Hairless Joe.
Hairless Joe. Oh, it was close.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, you can get a good idea of it. And then obviously here you've got a little picture there of the internals of the cockpit, so you can see the detail that's in there. And that's not added onto. This is what's in the kit. So that's going to be fun.
Yes. Painting's going to be fun.
It's not going to be that difficult. And there's the underneath of that same aircraft. So yeah, it's what I like about the website. As I said, it gives you lots of information, and obviously these are the schemes that are in the box. And one we've just been looking at, and then you got the other one which is based at Duxford, 82nd Fighter Squadron, from the 8th Air Force, summer 1944. Now this is the scheme, very well-known scheme, and it is actually a scheme which I've done several times. Matchbox used that particular scheme as well, I believe. I'm sure it was Matchbox. So yeah, if you're of a certain age, you'll know what Matchbox, what I mean by Matchbox models. That's obviously the one that I did as a child. So yeah, it's and obviously again you've got a little bit more information there of how it looks like with the rendering, etc. So yeah, if you're even a little bit uncertain as to a kit, obviously there's lots of research you can do. You can on your YouTube for builders, forums, etc., and you tend to find on all of the major websites now that they're pretty good at breaking it all down for you. So there you go. So Any questions from those of you who are watching? There's 15 of you watching. Thank you very much. Very quiet this evening in the chat. By any means do. How about self, Carl? Any thoughts so far?
Like I say, I've only built a couple of planes. So I built a Messerschmitt and a Russian thing for the 48-hour build. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Interesting to say the least. So
cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be quite difficult to paint that pit if you put it all together.
So I would advise you, if you're going to do, when you do the pit, is break it down into manageable sections.
Yeah, it's going to be all
because you're going to have to paint some of it separately before you glue it together. Obviously, so the way I would do it, the way I intending to do it, is I'm going to make the seat up. The seat will go on a little cork.
Yeah.
So it can be painted. Then I'll make up the floor with all the bits and pieces that need to go onto there.
Yes.
I may add.
I think I may add the back wall, but the two sides and the front, definitely not.
Well, I would actually probably put the back wall on and leave the rest off.
Yes.
And paint them all up and glue them together as much as possible at the last.
Yes.
Once everything's done. It won't disturb anything that you're putting in there. It certainly will give you the ability to, because you've got a lot of decals, remember, in there as well. Obviously, you've got the decals for the instrument panel, but you've also got some on the side wall as well, etc.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna involve quite a bit of detail working before you stick it all together.
Yes.
So yeah, so looking through the rest of it, once you're into the pit being done, etc., and buttoning up, really, I remember that on this particular part here, so on section 8. Section 8 is the top part that comes on top of the on fuselage.
Yes.
That fits into this little gap here. That will obviously have your gun aiming sight, etc., on there. So that will be obviously all that needs to be painted before you put that in on top as well. So yeah. And there
indeed. And what colour was the cockpit?
What colour's the cockpit?
Yeah.
Cockpit green.
Cockpit green. Cool.
In fact, would it be? No, it wouldn't be that. It would be. Just looking at the instructions. So it's an interior green. So yeah, cockpit green.
I'm reading that right. 01. Yeah, interior green. XF05. Okay. Cool.
Right then. So, are you ready to start?
Nope.
No. Don't want to.
Don't want to. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
So.
You'll be fine. So we're gonna start. We're obviously gonna start at point 1, which will be the seats, and build up the parts of the cockpit as we go through.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not going to be a speed build.
By no means, no.
So yeah, it's not like a 48-hour challenge or anything. We will take our time. And I will leave the bits of the kit that are in bags that I don't need still in bags.
Not fair. I only got one bag. I feel dirty and done to.
Yeah, it's strange how they've boxed them up differently. I've
Yeah.
come across it before. Well, mind you, I'm not like been in a similar situation before either. Come to think of it.
Okay, so let's find this seat.
Right, let's get the bits. Chuckety, chuckety, chuckety. So this is 54, which is that one there.
B.
That's the first bit. Away, away.
That's it. We have officially cut into the sprue.
So, a little bit there. Oh, hello.
You'd have thought they would have put all the seat near together, wouldn't you?
Yes, you would. Where's the fun in that?
I've got to try and find sprue D. There she is. That was lucky.
Right, that. And
Yeah.
Sprue D.
It is the one with the wheels on.
Oh, yeah. Which is that one? I think. Yes, it is. Is it 32? That bit there. Wow.
If it goes quiet, it's because I've got my tongue out and I can't talk.
Yeah. It is not possible to talk with one's tongue out.
Yes.
It is a medical fact. So those of you who are watching, ask us some questions. Come on. Oh, they're not rude. Have you built this kit? Do you want to build this kit?
Yes, there's a few in chat that have not said hello yet.
Oh, that's true.
Don't be shy, say hi.
Oh, see what you did there. Very good.
Yeah. Semi-professional, see?
So just be careful with the side of the seat, because the way they've done the moulding, the seatbelt is actually thrown over the side of the seat as well. And where you are cutting it off the sprue is where that seatbelt is. So you don't want to slide down the edge of the seat and cut the top half of your seatbelt off.
Sorry?
So I'll show you on this particular one here. Oh, hello.
Stand by.
Stand by. So just here, you got two parts of where you cut it off the sprue.
Ah, yes.
On this bit here is your folded over seatbelt. Sorry for my nails.
Yes.
And obviously, when you come down here to clean it off, you just got to be very, very careful. That's all.
Yes.
Because in other kits, you probably just run your knife all the way down the side of the seat, or the top half of that side of the seat, and clean it off, and you wouldn't think much of it because you wouldn't have a seatbelt like that.
You see, all the seats on a tank are on the inside. You don't see them.
Yeah. Well, unless you open up the tank, but yes. Point taken.
I do like the
Don't be
detail
silly,
of that one.
James.
It is very nice. It is
Right.
very nice indeed.
I can see that being a pain. Aha. I understand, said the blind man.
So Anfield road layout in the loft is saying he is here, but he's working on a build and got stream on, not chatting much.
Oh, that's
That'll be
cool.
fine.
You're here, you're with us, and that's all that matters. Thanks for your time. Right. Oh, right, gotcha.
So anybody that's in chat, who is or is not heading down to Telford this year?
Ooh.
It seems we're only pretty much a month and a little bit away.
Yeah, not long now.
I saw Scott here earlier. If you're still here, Scott, are you planning this year? I know it's a fair trek for you, like even more than me. What are you giggling at?
Spot the deliberate mistake.
I'm building an aeroplane kit.
Ah, yes, that'll do.
However, in the future there may be redemption.
Oh,
We shall
hello.
see. It's top secret.
Top secret.
Yes. God, my brush is still full of pigment from the June build.
All right.
So every time I brush something down to get the crap off, it goes brown. Yes. Oh, man. So what else have you been up to? Anything, James? Other than, like, skiving off work for some sort of, like, heart operation? Anything else you've been up to?
Some minor infraction.
Yeah.
Like
having your toenails clipped, wasn't it, really?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've not been up to an awful lot. It's been obviously doing doing my usual, or trying to do my usual bits and pieces that we do for the charity, Balls for Heroes. Yeah. Managed to get down to a course.
Yes, which was very, very good fun. I was there as well.
Very much needed. It was.
Yes.
I'm very, very lucky that there was a space, and all of my what I would or what I have had the pleasure of calling my support network while I've not been well, were all there, or most of them anyway. which was jolly good.
Indeed.
So I have been causing a little bit of trouble. I am back at work.
Oh, the joys.
Yeah, so I'm back to work. I've caused a little bit of trouble.
Shock horror.
But I've only been back a week or so, give me time.
Plenty of time.
Yeah. More to come next week. But yeah, it's been quite boring actually. All I've been just lying around doing nothing.
You been building anything off camera?
Well, I built the. So while I was in hospital, I built the space shuttle that was in a wooden kit form.
Yes.
I would show you it, but unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, is I gave it to my grandson because I couldn't complete all of the kit in hospital. It wasn't practical. So I gave it to my grandson to look after.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go and eventually I'll be going up to see him, and we're going to sit and finish the kit off together.
Oh, that's nice.
Although I'm told there's a little extra work to be done because his brother, the younger grandson, managed to knock it off the shelf. So,
oh dear.
But it's fine. It's all easy fixed.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, and I will do that. Although my daughter will be, if she's watching, will be going, "Oh yeah, when are you going to do that then?" I will do it. I've promised the lad, so I will do it.
Yeah.
But the other thing I've been building as well, which just so happens to be a really good time to stop doing what I'm doing. I've been building along with Malcolm for the Mooseroo build.
Yes.
Of which I have a base. It's all done.
It's all about the base.
So this is ready for a resin pour. Put a little bit of resin in there. And then I will be putting these little monsters. This one here.
Okay.
Which isn't finished yet. It's just what I did today was I got the few decals on there was, and give it a matte coat. So ready for oils, and then obviously the other one as well. So that's all done. And they'll sit in the dry dock that's semi-empty to water. Well, that's the plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit more work to be done on those. Won't take long, but yeah, don't want to go too quite quick because Malcolm's gone into taking half of the ship apart and building the interior from scratch. So we've got Zinzang scale model saying to myself, "Good evening to you, sir," and a hearty ahoy there to everyone else. Hi, Zinzang.
Good
Nice
evening.
to see you. How about yourself? What have you been up to? You must have been doing some models well.
I have been doing some things. I've also been recording videos, but just not releasing them. We've got the A-wing, which you've seen. We've got, what have we got that's halfway through that I've been recording? So we've got a Matilda. A gun carrier. The A-wing, as I've said. We've got Andy's Hobby Headquarters 1/16 Sherman.
Wow.
which we've recorded one video, which was the tracks,
Mm-hmm.
but I've just not released anything. Not felt. I don't know. It's been a bit weird. Just not felt like releasing anything, if that makes any sense. So,
Oh, that's okay.
so they're all there. They're just not on the channel yet.
Yeah, there's the magic word, yet.
Yeah.
So another thing in which you can be assured of is that the other kit, the advanced kit, I think you'll find the seat belts have you have them in PE.
Mm-hmm.
Not so I don't know, because I've not looked at the kit, but I don't know whether you have to carve or take off all the detail off the seat, or whether there's a second seat somewhere.
Got you.
I didn't think to look that up, but yeah, I'm pretty certain you've got the seat belt in PE.
It is a bit of a fiddly bugger.
It is, yeah. I'm gonna like that. Oh no, that's all right.
You push one piece in, and it moves another piece.
Uh-huh.
Stay. There we go. Squeeze. Bit paranoid about getting some fingerprints in there. There we go.
Okay, that's quite clever. CD. Yeah. Oh, that one there.
So Zinzan Scale Modelling saying, sorry, we'll have to sign off. Awfully sorry, everyone. No worries at all, Zinzan. Thanks for coming along.
Zinzan, you popped in. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Is that what I'm looking for? I think it is what I'm looking for.
There's our seat. Done. Oh no, there is a separate seatbelt that goes on the back there, look. Oh, that's going to be good. It's going to cover up that seam on the back.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to leave that to dry before I attempt to put that on. B69. It's you, isn't it? No. B?
Oh my God,
B?
really?
B, yes, B69. No, for no. Right.
Excuse me while I rattle. This isn't to create bag envy.
Well, it's working. You've got to love these tiny pieces, haven't you?
Yeah, Miniart do like a tiny piece or three.
Don't they just?
Right. That bit and that bit.
If my head gets in the way, I am awfully sorry. But I want to see what I'm doing. that. I'm afraid to say it looks nothing like that. Maybe a little.
I've gone big screen.
All right, okay.
All right.
Yep.
I don't know if that'll make it easier for people to watch or not. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat. Right.
Oof. Oh. I need to sacrifice my first piece to the carpet monster then.
Uh-oh.
Because you can guarantee the piece you do drop, there's no spare. Right. That way.
This is the one thing in which I'd love to know if Miniart have got like some special deal with a carpet monster.
Yeah. Yes. Please bring us those pieces back.
So I was thinking, we're going to go a little bit off track. Hey, Jim's there saying hi from Chicago. Hi, Jim. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, Jim.
Yeah, so I was having a thought today, and that's why I've got that pained look in my face. Oh, hang on. Hold that there.
Oh.
Look at that. Would you look at that?
Yeah, quite fiddly. It was better when it was the other screen, to be fair. It's a 3-foot roll, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not looking too shabby.
I'll be honest, that bit you just put in
molded.
there, when I didn't realise that there was another piece, and I was like, oh, a bit like yourself. I was like, oh, that looks a bit weird. And then when I cut the bit off, I'm like, oh, that's going to look bloody awful, because it looks where in the back of the seat where the actual seat belt is slightly rippled. It's like a lump of plastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like a little bit like I would say Minnie's bow cut in half badly.
Yes.
And I honestly thought myself, I'm not gluing it in there. That looks terrible. I'll make something up. But actually, it looks really good. Well done, Miniart, I would say to that. Yeah, so I was having a thought, and it was in relation to what we do in March.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, I meant to say this to you before we went live, and this isn't to set you up in any way at all, I promise.
You already have.
No. I don't think
Honest.
I have. Did I?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're going to tell me.
I was going to say, because I can't remember setting you up, but if I did, then okay. It would be normal. But anyway, yeah, no, I was suddenly thinking we were talking, weren't we, about basically what we could do different. And I suddenly thought to myself, I wonder whether people would be interested in, because obviously we often have a topic of which we weren't going to do this year as such. A topic. Oh
no, we weren't. No.
However, it occurred to me that wouldn't it be fun if instead of a topic, we just got like a mystery box. So the silence was a little bit stronger than I had imagined.
No. I'm just concentrating on which sprue I'm after. CD16.
It's one with the wheels, pair of wheels.
Yeah.
You have to cut one bit off each. And that looks really weird. I've got to be honest.
CD part 17. There is no part 17. Part
Part
17 is
17?
a wheel.
No, part 16. You're looking for the two little bits.
Ah,
CD 16.
yes.
17 is the colour you're going to paint it.
No, probably not.
Yeah, you're not. You're right.
Oh,
that's really weird.
I'm not one for following colour codes, really, but we shall see. So if anyone's a purist and they don't want to see this plane painted in some really random and bizarre colour, don't watch me.
Look the other way.
Yes, it wouldn't end up pink or anything like that.
Yeah, so what do you think about that? What do you think about like obviously
when you say mystery box, would everybody get the same mystery in the same box?
Yes.
Or would everybody get a different mystery?
No. Everyone gets the same mystery.
Okay.
Well, I suppose you could make it more complicated if you wanted to.
So when you say mystery box as well, so in that said mystery box, would it be everything you need apart from tool-wise to finish a build?
Everything you need to finish a build with a little bit of something in there to maybe get you to do something you might not do.
Okay, interesting. Now, obviously, would that be down to whether the person wants to join in or not? And if someone does want to join in but does not want a mystery box, are they still allowed to join in?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Then if we wanted a theme of something like that everybody that does come to Telford could bring it to display.
That was my thinking.
That would be fantastic, because I do believe there's quite a few of us that are bringing tractors now to Telford this year from
this
year's build.
But the other thought process I had was, if you're, for example, taking part and you're not in this country, you could take it to a show.
Yes.
And that would be the theme. You know, so effectively you've got the same themed item in multiple shows around the world.
Around the world, yes.
Giving you the opportunity to say, hey, look at this. This is a really good idea. I got involved in this, had a lovely time. Look what they maybe do.
The buggers. I think that could be quite good for those that do want to take part.
Well, I'm not going to lie. The thought process has come from something that I sell. So, and it's not about. No, let's clear that up. It is not about me selling you something.
No.
It's about, because the reason this idea plumed in my head was, initially I had reached out to some manufacturers and said, would you like to get involved? And could we, for example, choose a couple of kits in which, let's just for argument's sake, let's say an Airfix 172nd Sherman and an Airfix 172nd Spitfire.
Right.
For want of different kits. And then the choice would be, you as the builder could choose one of those kits.
Yep.
Or you could mash two kits together and make something that doesn't exist out of the bits of those kits.
Maybe a Mad Max build.
Possibly. Or the stipulation would be really simple. You need to use at least two pieces of each kit
that's in the box.
That's in those two selected kits.
Okay.
So you could, for example, have a wheel and the tracks of for what you were building. So it's not, you don't have to literally mash them together. You could if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You've got the imagination and the other bits of spare sprue lying around. I just thought that might be an idea. but it also might be an
Yeah.
idea to put in a box items that will give someone start that thought process of, oh, what could I do? What can I achieve here?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're building straight out of the kit box, then you know exactly what you're building. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be something completely different.
It would be very, very interesting to see what everybody comes up with as well.
Mm.
If the remit was build whatever you want, you can build it clean out of the box. You can bash it together, or you can bash it together with some spare bits you've already got. But like you say, you have to use at least 2 pieces from the kits supplied. I quite like that idea, actually. I'm sure we've talked about this a long time ago.
We did mention it, but I say, the additional part that I hadn't talked to you about was the actual 48-hour box. So the box of stuff that would have anything that you might desire to create something.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm thinking of that is because one of the things I got back from the manufacturers, was it might be a bit difficult to organise that, and people would be able to pick it up in their local store and all that sort of stuff. So thinking on that, I just suddenly thought, well, actually, do you know what? If we took some responsibility here and said, okay, well, what we're going to do is we will put a box together. It's a pre-order.
Yeah.
And then we can go to the manufacturer and say, right, we've got
X amount
of people that have signed up.
Yeah.
And then they can deliver the stuff to us. We then box it up and send it to wherever it's got to be sent to. Now, obviously, that would involve potentially, let's say, we got Jim involved in Chicago. That would involve a little bit of postage for him as well.
Yeah.
Well, even in the UK it would, but you know what I'm sort of trying to say. But we would know what that was, and we could get that organised and sorted so that come a certain part of the year, all the boxes get sent out and everybody's ready to rock and roll.
Yes. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that. So quick catch up with chat. So Jim is saying, good to see you blokes out here on a live chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been some time.
Been a while, yeah.
Jim is saying, as a wise modeler once said, Miniart rhymes with multi-part.
That's true.
I like that. That's good. And we've got David joined us from Sprue and Glue saying, hi James, Carl and lurkers. Yeah,
hi.
There is a couple of lurkers in chat tonight.
There is.
A couple of lurkers, so long live the lurkers.
Nothing wrong with lurkers.
Nope. If you don't want to say hello, that's perfectly fine.
They're probably very busy not shirking at the bench.
Yes.
Lurkers, not shirkers.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. I thought that through and everything.
Oh,
so those that are involved in the chat and those that may wish to get involved with the 48-hour build, obviously we're talking about possibilities of what we could be doing next year in the beginning part of March. I forget the date off the top of my head right now. But maybe you've got some suggestions. Maybe there's some kits that you might think, oh, actually, do you know what you've been saying? This would be a good idea, good option.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
If you're watching this back not live and your ears are pricked at this suggestion, etc.,
leave a comment. Yeah.
I will see it and I will respond to it.
Yes. Obviously, this is going on my channel as well, so it will be responded to on my channel as well.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's not all about me.
So David's saying, oh, I see. This is where you are all hiding.
This is not hiding, Dave. We normally hide much better than this.
Yes. Yeah. Suffice to say, it doesn't mean we've not been still hanging out. We have been. It's just that we've not done anything live. So
No,
There are discussions for a possible comeback. It will be something quite different if it does happen. Like I say, those discussions are still ongoing. We'll see.
Yeah.
But for now, we are doing this buddy build. This will probably go on for several weeks. And we do have the second buddy build already planned. I'm not going to talk about that, though. That'll be a surprise for when it comes.
A second buddy build?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Depends how long it takes us to do this one, and if we go, not doing that again. Not with him anyway.
I think you and Steph will do a great buddy build.
Yes. Yes. Me, Steph, Steve, and me.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Quite fiddly little bugger, let's see.
Yes, he's a little bit.
Right. That's
right. I'm going to be big and brave.
Oof.
I need, therefore I must have, that is that one there, which is D3. Ah, typical. Typical, I tell thee. Is that 4? Tell me that's 4. No. Ah. No, that's right. That's wrong, isn't it? That's D3.
Are you sure?
I am. Right. So if I change that. Oh, I've not got the right colour.
What have you done?
Oh. That one there. Ouch. So Mark at Edinburgh Modelling Man Caves is in.
Hi, Mark. Mr. Ewing, how are we?
He says, "What sneaky group build and kept on the choir. Good luck, guys."
Thank you. Thank you. We still need to get Mark involved in all this. I know he wants to be here, but we'll have to try our best to get him involved. It'd be good to get most of the old crew back together. Like I say, there are some ongoing talks for a possible live show again, but like I say, we'll see. It's a lot of commitment to do a live show. There's quite a few in here know, especially like David. David will know because he does quite a lot of lives. It does take a lot of effort and a lot of dedication to actually every week to turn the cameras on, get at the desk and do it. So,
not just that though either. It's a planning as well.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, turning the cameras on is the easy bit. Let's be honest. Finding the time to turn the cameras on is difficult, and having the process of thought as to what you're actually going to do. Is also difficult. But we have been struck with illness and career changes and
yes,
all sorts. So
yes, still getting used to my weekends being mine. It is very, very strange.
Doesn't it take a lot to get back to the going on?
Yeah,
I'm off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I don't know why, it just does. Now, that's interesting. That goes into that then. Does it? Oh, I like that. I was right.
Oh, so that isn't the back wall, that's the front wall. Okay. Interesting.
Where's the other bit? Where's the other bit?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Aha. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That one there.
Not that one.
Not that one. Ah, I got that one now.
Okay. Oh, blimey. What next? Let's have a look. See. Oh.
Mark, were you watching when we were talking about the 48-hour build? It'll be interesting to see his thoughts on it. What we were saying. Oh, do I need that on the back there? I would think not. Right. So you've got Anfield road layouts in the loft saying I like the Outlaw paint I got from Sprue Box. I think that is meant to be good. Glad you enjoyed it. It's a good product. Jim saying Outlaw paint is a great product. Literally you pour in the airbrush and spray away. Indeed. And Anfield's just saying he's learning still with his airbrushes. He's got 2 of them now.
Okay.
Always good to have.
It does take some getting used to.
Yeah.
A very good tool. Very good tool. Okay.
How are you getting on, Carl?
We're getting there. We are getting there. Like I say, some very, very, very fiddly bits at the moment.
Mm-hmm. DA, which one is DA? I think one thing in which I will say so far with this book is if you don't do it as a norm, I would certainly go out of the way to put a little bit of I'm looking masking tape or something on your screws and label them up so you know exactly where they are and lay them out so you know what they are, because it's a little bit all over the place in
It is a little bit
pieces.
Yeah.
Which is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my sprues at the moment are spread out between my sprue rack and the box, so
yeah, I didn't think that through.
But it still picked that one up because it's not very clear which sprue's which.
I think I didn't think it through because I've been spoilt with the last few kits I've done, where all the bits for the cockpit are in one place, and
yeah. By the time I get used to which sprue's which, we'll be nearly finished.
Yes, right. There'll be nothing left on them.
It's like even seeing where the B, there we go. Even finding where the letter B is on the sprue.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, don't get me wrong, that they are all labelled in the sprues.
This is what you could have done really at the start, is get a bit of white paint and gone over the top of the B. Draw your eye straight to it.
However you label your your sprues up. Make sure you do that.
Yes. There she is, P-31.
Right.
Yeah, so Anfield Road layout in the loft is saying his name is Lee. Yes, we remember Lee.
I'll be glad. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad you reminded me because I can't remember names at the best of times. So,
and I do believe that Lee's preferred thing is railway. He has a bit of a setup in his loft,
yes.
Hence the name. So, Jib is saying practice, practice, and more practice will get you better at the airbrush.
Absolutely.
Indeed. And then Jim also says, I've been using the airbrush for a very long time, and I think there's a lesson to be learned every time he uses it.
I think one of the best tips that was ever given to me was by Gil.
Yes.
Gil Mondragon.
The airbrush master.
The airbrush master himself. He said, if you get a spare minute having a cup of coffee before you start doing any spraying, even if it's been, you know, we're doing it last night, you do it in the morning, a little bit of water, get your memory back on your trigger
Just
finger.
in your hand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, I listened to him and thought to myself, pfft. But no. As you can imagine, he's right and I'm completely wrong. Yeah, best bit of information that was ever given to me. Now, that is perplexing me a little. Oh, I see. Right, gotcha.
Right, okay. You started putting any of the levers or anything in yet?
So I'm literally doing the bits on the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
That's my next step. I've put what I've done is I've put the walls on a cork.
Yep.
So that I can work on them.
Get up, you thing, you. There we go. So yeah, so if anybody is going to Telford, we'll be there. You will probably find us mostly in and around Models for Heroes and Friends of Models for Heroes. But we are planning to actually get around and visit people this year.
Yep.
And actually enjoy the show. So
it's all about talking to people and seeing people this year.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Yes. So Jim's saying there, my greatest inconsistency is properly thinning paint. Sometimes I get it right, other times not. That is something I have been trying to tweak for the last 3 or 4 years as well, to get better with my thinning ratios and all the rest of it, because I used to leave it way, way too thick. And I always wondered why I was struggling to get like pre-shading to stand out and things like that. Because I'd spray away and it'd be like, you can't even see any of the pre-shading. Because my paint was always too thick. I never thinned it enough.
And there's nothing worse than going to the effort of getting something that will give you an effect later on.
Mm-hmm.
And you just seem to say to yourself, well, it's all gone. What happened to it?
Yeah.
Why did I bother?
I'm also noticing there's not a huge amount of seam lines on this kit either.
No.
Which is nice. Especially on this fiddly stuff.
I can see as the mold is used more and more,
it's going to get, yeah.
It's when it picks up those bits. I really hope that they keep on top of it and keep the mold surfaced, because any cleanup on these tiny bits, you just waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to be able to do it. And that would be such a waste for the kit, really, and the effort it's obviously someone's taken to get it to have the detail it's got.
So Lee's saying thinning paint is one thing he can do. He uses acrylic and outlaw paint, and he says he makes his own thinner.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right, that's that bit done. If you are sat at the bench and you're working on something right now, let us know what you're working on.
Yep. Yes, please. Yeah, it'd be nice to see what everyone else is doing. Okay.
Right, that. And then, God. Really? Oh, okay. Jeez. Jeez, Louise. Uh-oh. No.
So Jim is just saying in chat,
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons that he likes Outlaw and SMS
Mm-hmm.
is that it doesn't need to be thinned. You can just take it straight from the bottle and put it on your model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are products out there to aid you in your modelling experience,
Quest.
without doubt. Yeah.
Yes.
And let's face it, there are so many products out there now
Yeah.
that really will help you.
Yeah. A lot of the acrylic paints are now starting to go airbrush ready as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Straight into the airbrush.
Yeah. I was actually, funny enough, looking at yet another range of acrylic paints that are just about to come out.
Right.
Sorry, not acrylic, lacquer paints.
Okay.
I don't know whether we're going to get them.
Yeah.
Because they're in the Far East.
Okay.
Um,
Some paints I've just picked up to try was the Humbrol,
yeah,
the Gen 2, because it's on offer at the moment at Hobbycraft. So I picked 6 bottles up to try different colours. Exactly the same bottle as Outlaw Paints. If you've not tried these yet, this stuff is fantastic.
yes.
Absolutely fantastic for painting figures. So we'll see. This stuff looks good. So I do have a model to put that on that I've got for another group build, which is Jerry Anderson for the Friends of Models for Heroes. So I will be doing a Thunderbird one as well, which was this kit here.
Nice.
I don't know whether I'll record it or not, or just do like some update videos and things like that. We shall see. You may very well see if I do record it, you'll see pictures of it before you actually see the video.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the Jerry Anderson one. I want to, if I'm honest, but I'm still not done the B17 that wasn't really an official group build.
Yes.
But everyone's finished that I got in especially for it, and then haven't done it. So
yeah.
But I've got a few bits in which I need to do in the coming months as well. I had been challenged to get some figures completed.
Okay.
At Telford.
Yeah, we've also got this thing that we are working on as well at the moment.
Oh yes.
For 4 models for Heroes. So we are very kindly been donated these for some training for our volunteering groups and for beneficiaries as well. So learning quite a lot at the moment. Pick up painting. So watch this space.
So I'm not going to make any promises, but I've got several kits in which I need to do, and that I have put my word to, for want of a better phrase, that I said I would do.
Yeah.
I had planned to do them as videos. I don't know how complicated a video they're going to be, but I will do them. And I have actually started a couple of them, but I haven't gone very far with them because obviously just not in the right frame of mind at all most of the time. But hey, it's getting better every day. And like Karl just said, you know, got the bit of training from M4H that we're doing, which is pretty cool.
Yes. There's no front support for the seat, which is a bit strange.
So again?
The front seat's got no front. The seat has no front support. It's just 2 at the back.
Yep. Yeah, it feels a little bit weird, but it does work.
Yeah. Okay, so Jim's saying Thunderbirds are go. He's saying there that he uses AK Real Colour, Mr. Colour, Attacker and Tamiya lacquers. They all work great. They do require thinning. I'm fine with that because they all produce great results. Yes, my go-to paint is Tamiya. Anything else I've got to like really be careful what I'm doing because I'm not used to it. Lee is saying that Humbrol paint looks good. Might get some myself and give it a go. Yeah, it's worthwhile, especially seeing as it's 3 for 2 at the moment. So
yeah.
And Jim is saying for brush painting, I prefer Vallejo and AK 3rd Gen. So many colours and so easy to use.
Very true.
Yes, and Leah saying, Carl, liking your Lego builds you are doing. Yes, it's something nice and easy to just throw up on the channel. Like I say, I've got a lot of videos done, at least 5 or 6. 4 of those are for the A-Wing, and there's a couple for the 1/16th. Andy Hobby Headquarters Sherman, but like I say, I don't want to release them until the models are finished, and then I don't get myself all stressed out thinking I've got to go and sit at the bench to do stuff. So they're there, they will come out when they're done. And Jim saying, AK Real calls in Tamiya lacquer brush paint remarkably well. They do. I love brush paint with my Tamiya paint. A lot of people say, oh, you can't brush paint with that, but look after you. Keep your brush clean. You can paint really well with it. And that is us caught up with chat again. So I need to find some tubs to put my bits on now. Where did I put them? Somewhere safe, I know I did. That's all my bottles falling over. No. In one of these drawers somewhere. Clamps. More clamps. Ah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get them all out.
Oh, okay.
So, chair.
DA, which is that one, isn't it? Yes.
I want a bit of.
Well, I actually had a tidy up in here several months ago and took out of the room everything kit-wise that I wasn't going to build
right
for this year, and only left in here the things that I hope to build this year.
Right.
Obviously, I've not done anything, but the idea, my thought process behind it was, what I would do is I would tidy up everything away so I wasn't distracted by stuff. And then by the end of the year, if I hadn't started or something a model, it would be swapped out with something else.
Yes.
So that is my plan. I'm going to stick to that. So the B-17, although it's up there, it might not get done. It might be put away for the time being.
That's what I've done. I bought some of the don't know how to describe them. They're like these boxes, these type of boxes.
Little plastic boxes.
Yeah, and I've started storing, as you can see, there's some 1/16th tracks, which is the best part of any tank build, is tracks and wheels. So, and started storing them in this so they're easy to move around. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those boxes with started kits in.
Wow.
Yes, I'm at one of those stages where the building's being more enjoyable than the painting at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm building and recording, and I'm just not painting. I need to start painting.
So Junkworks, he says, sorry, had to go do something. On my bench is the Leopard C2 build he's doing for his channel.
Awesome.
That's cool.
So if you've not subscribed to the Junkworks, head on over. Why not? Get over there. Scott does some amazing stuff.
Share the love.
Yeah. And probably most of the people in here that are talking do have YouTube channels. So, you know, it doesn't cost you anything for a subscription. You know, it helps that person build their channel, gives them a little bit of confidence because they're seeing they're getting subscribers and get people watching their videos. It helps. If you want to see content, you need to watch the content, or people get disheartened and stop.
Yep.
Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Yes. It does get a little bit disheartening when nobody's watching. You're pouring everything you've got into it, and you don't seem to be going anywhere. But hey, that is YouTube. You're under no obligation to watch, of course. And we do understand that, but it is nice to get the occasional thumbs up or the comments more than anything. It'd be nice to get a nice comment every now and then, you know, or a nasty one. I don't mind as long as it's a comment. There you go. Scott saying, "Thanks, Carl. I'm edging towards the big 1,000. So yeah, come on, push, push, push."
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Let's get him over that 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 subs is a big one. Like, it's a difficult one. Especially when YouTube keep moving the
keep changing the
goalposts
rules
around. Yeah. Not that any scale modeler really is into YouTube for making money, because it's not really a popular thing on YouTube.
It isn't really a money spinner.
No, there's a few that have made it. There's a few that have made it big, like Andy, Plasmo, Night Shift. You know, there's a few that have made it, but they are the exception to the rule, shall we say. Okay, link to my channel. Let me see if I can find that for you, Jim. Hold on a second. There.
Should, if I did my work properly, the link for your channel should be in the description.
Should be. Won't take me 2 seconds. Stand by. Best posting it on yours. Nope. It's not liking that at all. Excuse me. No, it won't let me paste it in your channel, even though I am a mod on your channel.
1 second. I will find the... Oh. Can you not do it from YouTube anymore? I thought you could. Bear with. Yeah.
Nope. Looks like neither of my keyboards are working at the moment. There we go. Nope. Cool. What a palaver. I'm all hot and sweaty now. That's
sweaty or not?
Yeah. So where does that go? Aha.
Jim just saying there that Plasmo and Night Shift are both incredibly talented modders. They are indeed.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Yes.
Andy's just released a video the other day showing his new warehouse. Have you seen that?
Who's that? Oh, no, I haven't actually.
Yeah, he's moving business. He's moving into a massive warehouse because he wants to bring the online shop and the physical shop together.
Mm-hmm.
And also where he does all his YouTube stuff, so it'll all be in one place. And it's,
oh wow,
Mahusive. Thank you, Jim. That is very much appreciated. Give me 1 second. I am just going to switch tables a moment. I'm going to see who I can find. Jim, do you have a YouTube channel? Because I know some of these other guys do, and I am going to, because I am subscribed to both Lee and Scott, so I'm going to find their links, get them into chat as well. So there is Lee. Okay. Thank you. There is Lee, so that should have gone out to both channels as well. Where are you, Scott? Junkworks.
Hmm. Oh man, really?
I'm subscribed to loads of channels, man. More than I thought. T, there we go. The Junkworks, there he is. And there is Scott. Ow. Is that working? Yes, Jim. Yes, they be warned though, they do take a lot of work. Oh, we've been joined by Liam Barnett saying, "Morning, guys. What are we building?" So, James, if you want to just let Liam know what we're throwing together.
I will do. So, Liam, we are building.
Here. So
we are building the 148th P-47 from Miniart. Like I say, it's about an eight-month-old sort of kit, I think, off the top of my head. 8-9 months since it's been released. This is the basic kit that we're building. And they do have another one, which is their advanced package that has lots of other extra bonuses that you don't get with this kit. But for the detail, you are getting a lot of good detail in this kit, an awful lot. So yeah, it's well. I think it's well worth the effort and the money. And I am just struggling. Why would you do that?
Okay,
and most modelers that have built Miniart kits will tell you there's a lot of parts.
As Jim said, Miniart rhymes with lots of parts.
Yep.
And I've just broken that. Awesome. Okay.
Right. Oh, that's what I needed to do, was that build it. So D19D is another sprue. Let's see what it... Oh god. What was D? One with all the wheels. Right, so that was 19. That one there. Yeah, make sure you click on the links, share a bit of love between everybody. Right, now that goes on there. Right, that. Right. Oh, but Jesus. I got all confident then, think to myself, oh, look at me, I'm not doing well. And then I just saw the ones, the left-hand side of the cockpit and all the bits that I got to go on that. I'm like, oh, my God.
Be very careful with part DA7.
D87?
You might have already done it.
What part's that? Oh, DA7, yeah. Have you had an issue?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I cannot see how that.
Junk words to say Miniart shudder.
Okay.
So I'm just going through the. Well done, Jim, for subbing to Anfield. He also says, I've been a subscriber and follower of your channel model offset. Yeah, I know. And then Jim is just saying, on the fence about deciding which Puma kit to buy, the rifle models or the Miniart. Both have their pros and cons.
Have you glued that piece on there then?
Yeah, the pipe work, yeah.
I don't see how that fits.
Right, okay.
No, that's never going to wrap around that.
No, it doesn't wrap around it. So if you glue this bit in the top first. Yeah. And then just hold it over this part and glue it, because this bit here glues, but it sort of comes out at a slight angle. And it literally just falls on there and sits there.
No. No, it doesn't fit at all. It sits over the top of this box.
Right,
hang on. Of this box.
Show me where you're struggling. 1 second. I will make you big.
No, that's not going to work, fella. I can't zoom mine in and out.
Right, let me show you. You see that?
Yeah, so yours is a completely different shape than mine.
Have you got the right part?
DA7, yeah.
Oh, I bet you any money you've upside downed it.
No, I haven't.
Put the other end to the other way. That should work.
Stand by. Yeah, it still covers all that up. Nice detailed part covering a load of detail up.
Right, while you're doing that, I'll go through the chat. It's all right. Take a breather. Junkworks is saying, I have 3 Miniart kits, the Taram 4 kits in the stash. Oh, sorry, he's got 3 Miniart Taram 4 kits in the stash. One has the extra dozer blade and full engine and transmission. Nice.
Very nice.
Pete Banham's there saying hello all. I've just
Pete.
joined to watch and get involved. I'm always listening in on the podcast and 48-hour builds. It's a really good community to be involved with. Oh, thanks, Peter. Yeah, it is. And you should, if you can, get yourself ready for the next year's 48-hour build.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that a little earlier. Jim said hello to
There'll
Pete.
be, hopefully be, are we allowed to say anything yet? No, we won't say nothing yet.
What aren't we saying?
Well, we can't say it here, can we?
Well, you'll have to tell me what I can't say, because otherwise I'll say it. Then I'll go, I should have said that.
No, we are hoping it's going to be easier for people to find things this year, because we've got something special, something put in place.
Yes, so yes, we have been busy planning when time has allowed us to. Anyway, ever since we finished the last one, and we have devised a few things to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more interactive. Obviously, the big plans that we had of studios and all that sort of stuff hasn't come off because someone's too busy laying around in bed.
Bloody sick note.
And no one got up and went, I'll do it. But I think actually, in fairness, we may have, without meaning to have stumbled a different and a better approach than what we were thinking anyway. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And as we were alluding to earlier in the conversation, if you weren't here, Pete, we were talking about the possibilities of maybe,
just maybe.
Well, yeah, maybe, because it's not all firmed up, is it? No. That we would be developing the idea. So instead of the theme being a little bit, in some ways, a little bit tighter, but also a lot more expansive. By which I mean selecting a couple of kits for you to choose from, either to build them out of the box or to multitask them into one model, or to build something completely out of bits that you got left from all your other models, and only using up to 2 parts, a minimum of 2 parts of these kits. And then obviously, like we were talking to it a little earlier, we were discussing the possibilities of maybe having a physical box that you can buy. So no matter where you are in the world, you'll all have the same box, the same ingredients within the box, and how you bake what's in that box is really down to your imagination.
Yes, add eggs to taste.
Yes. But these are all still being worked on, so you've not missed out. It's all very much being worked on.
Whip.
Wookie boogies. So yeah, tell us what you think, because we've had a few more people getting involved in the chat in the last half hour or so. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think of the ideas. Tell us what you want or what you'd like if you take part in the 48 hour. If you don't take part in the 48 hour, what's putting you off? Tell us, and we can reassure you, or maybe find a way of resolving those fears. How did you get on with that part in the end?
It's on.
Okay.
I'll put it on with a hammer. So, how have you separated like your foot pedals and all the rest of that? You got them as separate pieces?
Right. So what I've done, which I would suggest not to do, is I put the back part on the right-hand side of the cockpit with the foot pedals.
Ooh.
If you want to glue some of those parts together, don't put the back bit on. Just do the foot pedals on that one side.
No, is that the detailed side?
It is the detailed side, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you don't, I've made the mistake of putting that back bit on. If I hadn't put that back bit on, I could get to all the detail with that out any problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting that on was an error, which I will rectify at some point. I think I'll probably put a little bit of debonder on there and take that off. But for the moment, that's how that is. And then the left-hand side, I've obviously not done anything with that. The reason being is there's lots of parts to put. There's about 6 parts to put on that side.
On which side?
On the other side. So
there's parts to put onto that, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3,
crikey,
4.
So there is. Wow.
4 parts. Yeah, that's what I was saying, because I've done this and went, oh, look at that. I've done it all, and then went, oh, no, I haven't.
Crikey, blimey.
Yeah, that's the bit I'm just about to tackle. I've done
the foot pedals there as well. There's 2 sets of foot pedals.
Huh?
There's 2 sets of foot pedals to choose from.
2 separate?
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 types?
Yeah, you got those, which were on the DA sprue. And you also have those there.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you have.
It's only saying to use the ones that were on the small
the DA4.
So, spare feet.
Yep.
Cool.
There's not a great deal of difference between them, though, is there?
It's just the way the grips on the bottom of the pedals.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only difference.
Yeah.
So probably one's, Mark VB or something like that,
Well, in fairness, the ones that I've put on, the DA4, they have got a couple of holes in them, which sort of alludes to the fact there's going to be more parts to put on it.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
But I don't see any other extra parts to put on there.
No, and it doesn't say to put any parts on it either.
And I'm not going to suggest to the box that they should be, because they might find some.
If Miniart see this video, they're going to go, I knew we forgot something.
I think the DA4 is to have PE put on it. And the other ones are the ones you should use if you're not gonna.
Yes.
Because they've got detail on them. So why would you not have detail? Oh well, mine haven't got detail, which is a bit of a shame. But
no, I can imagine these ones that we've taken off the small sprue would have that bit of metal crosshatch as PE. Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
What am I looking for? D19. There you are. It is all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of sprues. A lot of sprue mileage. B72.
Yeah, Jim's saying he's looking forward to participating in the 48-hour build.
Excellent.
One of the big events of the calendar for him. Yes, for all of us.
And us.
And Jim is saying, what are the colour call-outs for the cockpit? Some P-47s had bronze green included in the interior colours. If you stand by one moment. So the colours are 01. For the primary base coat, 01. So they've got that on here as... colour name is interior green. So it's Tamiya XF05. Have I got XF05? Look. Jeepers, I'm drunk and Adnon. 6. So XF05 is a horrible flat green. That is a horrible colour. But that's what it's saying it is. XF05 Tamiya flat green. So...
That is a horrible colour.
What other colours have we got in there? Yeah, so everything is that colour. The seat, obviously not the seat belts. The seat belts are yellow grey, XF55. So yeah, primary colour for Tamiya, if you've got Tamiya paint, is XF05. Anything else? Let's have a look. I should have read out what the others were as well. So if you are using Vallejo, it's 71.137. You use Vallejo, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Mr. Colour was C351. AKRC is RC262. Mission Models is MMP059. And Ammo MiG is A.MiG0220. So there you go. So that was the paper one. You said there was a paper drop tank.
Yes.
There is. That one.
What does it say? It's a paper.
Yeah, it says paper drop tank.
Oh, I wasn't going mad then.
No, I would never have even considered they would do something like that.
Yeah, that's the only... To be honest, I'm really crap at remembering silly things like that, but it's such a, like, what? Really? Moment when I found out. It's the only reason I remember. And what's even crazier is that they used them on a number of airplanes. And one of the homes around the corner from me has actually got one of them in the garden.
Oh, wow.
As a windmill.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Because
I happened to notice it and was talking to the person that owned it and said, actually, you could probably answer a question for me. And he's like, what's that? So I said, oh, those drop tanks, were they made of paper or metal? And he said, well, metal, obviously. And I was like, well, that's what I thought. But it says, da, 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 da. And it turned out that he'd inherited it from someone. So he went and found a suitable tool to have a little play with it. And yeah, lo and behold, it was paper. Wasn't metal.
Wow. You really wouldn't think they'd use that.
Because he said, I don't know how that windmill survived that long then if it was paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, very strange.
Incredible.
Oh, very clever. Very clever. I like that a lot.
So Pete is saying, I love the P-47. I hope it'll be dropping into the museum at Boxed, Colchester tomorrow and drop off a load of books. They flew the P-47, P-51 and B-26 from there during the war.
Nice.
Interesting. Jim is saying interior green is simple enough for me. Frankly, my head spins sometimes hearing the ceaseless debate about what colours were used and when. Exactly, me too. That's why you might find my aeroplane doesn't have the right colours. Jim is saying paper drop tanks were made in the UK in response to the short supply of drop tanks made in the US. There you go. There is the reasoning.
Thanks, Jim. I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm pretty certain it was us stupid people that come up with the idea.
Yeah, I wonder what they mixed the paper with in order to make them sturdy enough to survive.
It was done, I think I'm right in saying it was done with the same process as laminating.
Yeah.
So the same process that they used on the mosquitoes to make because also obviously the mosquito was a wooden aircraft.
Yeah.
They used the same approach to the paper drop tanks.
Got you.
If I remember correctly. Jim no doubt will tell me otherwise if he knows.
But of course.
Happy to be corrected if I'm wrong. Now that goes on there. So I would say goes in there. Oops. Oh no, don't like that.
Oops, a daisy. Yeah, I bet there's quite a bit of aftermarket for this, is there?
Oh, I don't know. Is the honest answer. The ones that were on the market prior to this, yes, there is quite a bit of aftermarket for those. So Hasegawa and to name but a few, have a version, which is quite an old version. But for this particular kit, I don't know. Oh, that's very clever. Well, I can safely say, I didn't say it out loud earlier, but I was thinking to myself, why on earth you didn't just mould them all onto the part? Make it all so fiddly, la la la. But actually, do you know what? As I'm putting it on there, I can see exactly why they've done it.
Right.
Makes complete sense. And the way they've engineered them to... So the throttle part, for example, which is... Just here is what I'm talking about here. When that drops in, it actually makes the rest of this barrel section up.
Right.
So you've naturally got the grooves for the controls because they were two parts. Whereas trying to mold that as one lump with a groove just wouldn't work.
Got you.
So yeah, it makes complete sense and does look very nice. God. So far it's a hats off from me to Miniart.
We've been joined by Joe. Joe McCaslin has joined us saying good evening.
Oh, hi Joe, how are you?
Jim is also saying couldn't get enough metal drop tanks from the US, also supposedly the United States Air Force. Brass hats didn't want pilots dropping the metal tanks because they were viewed as a precious commodity.
Yeah.
And Lee is saying hi to Pete and Joe.
And the other reason as well is that if you're dropping metal tanks into the enemy can reuse that metal.
Yes.
So you're effectively giving them a resource in which they might not have.
Which is something they were struggling for.
Yeah. So, again, can see exactly why they chose to do it.
You can just imagine, look at all these metal tanks they've dropped, and they get into the factory and they start to melt them down and they just burst into flames. Schwein!
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh no, don't tell me I've done that. That would be heartbreaking.
What have you done?
I have cut a piece off.
Mm-hmm.
And in my excitement of trimming it, I think I've trimmed the wrong bloody bit.
Oh dear.
So I've actually, instead of trimming the bit that I wanted to trim, I've trimmed the detail off the piece.
Ah, yes.
Possibly.
Oh, you fiddly little bugger, you. You're never going to get a decal on that. Wow. Okay,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
I have. Pillock.
Use it. There.
That's annoying.
Ay caramba. You know, I built the Meng Tiger tank. It had pieces on it smaller than this, but it was pretty clear where they were going and how they were glued into place. Whereas this, it says, yeah, somewhere on there. Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, just there. No, there.
Because that is just a triangle piece of plastic, and it's like, yeah, but...
What bit is that you're trying to glue on?
It doesn't make sense because this is different than this.
Is that B25?
Yes.
That's the bit I've just packed up.
So, onto this. It should go on. Like so.
Oh dear.
Ah, okay. Okay, makes a bit more sense now.
Don't tell me you figured it.
Yeah. It's a bit silly, but you've got to put the glue on. Get it sort of half gooey. Force it into place. There we go. Give it a wiggle. Get it to extrude some sprue. And you'll hide the seam as well.
Unfortunately.
Now, I'm not going to lie. That is one piece they really could have just left.
Yes.
As part of that.
Unfortunately, B25 is now a B24. Oh, no, it's all right. I found it. Wow. Bloody hell. Spot of luck. I just shot across the room. And I'm like, yep, that's gone.
Yeah, that's my first piece.
I found it.
Oh, dear. So Joe is saying we've got lots of room to add detail. We do. Not going to, but we do. Joe is saying hi to Anfield. Pete Banham is saying metal drop tanks were used as the first modified speed racers on the Utah salt flats. Didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, quite a few little bits and bobs tonight.
Yeah, Joe, if you don't know Joe, Joe is our resident scratch build king. And he will be very disappointed if we don't add detail to it, because that's what he does. That's what he loves.
Yeah.
But he's going to be out of luck. Sorry, Joe. But while I'm talking about Joe, if you haven't seen the B-17
go and look
that he has just finished, check it out on the Model Officer's Best. And it's also, I noticed, he's really gone to town and making sure that he's getting seen, which is great to see.
Yes.
So I know it's been on other pages as well, which I can't think of what they are off the top of my head. But yeah, it's out there. Very much out there. He's a great modeler. And he recently posted up asking people that follow him what he should build next. And he's chosen a really simple kit that needs everything built into it.
I think he should build a 1 to 2 scale Death Star with intricate detail.
Oh, could you imagine? I think he'd actually really enjoy doing that. Oh, I've missed a bit.
Bloody would.
I've missed a bit. How did I miss that? B-31. But it's the smallest part in the world. Yeah, it is. That has Carpet Monster written all over it.
I have just dropped. Oh, it's there on my leg. Oh. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic. Right. Put a dab of glue on first so it sticks to it. There we go.
Right, so that would be... Holy sugar lumps. Really? How many handbrakes do you need on a plane?
They do add like a nice little bit of detail in there. That bit I would have left moulded. These two, yeah, definitely. What about this last piece, B-72? Turn it over for speed. What did I say? B-72.
Right.
Oh my.
Right, that's that bit, because I forgot that bit. Take that off. I've done that, definitely done that, definitely done that, done that. Definitely, defo. Defo.
Are you sure?
Defo. And do you know what? Looking at this now, I think...
I try not to.
Wow, yeah. I think that actually would have been a lot better. I go in there like that. Yeah. It would be a lot better for you to put the pedals, attach them to the
back wall, the front
wall. Yeah, that one there, just there, to the instrument panel, and kept it off the side wall completely until you got to the point where you were gluing it all together. Right, I've got to debond that because that's going to annoy me if I don't do that.
that looks nothing like that. There we go. It's not going to be as strong, but I think I cut the bit off I needed. Can we see a picture of it all together, please? Yes. Okay.
Whew. Yeah, much better. Now, do I put my money where my mouth is? Don't do it. Ooh.
It's ended up quite messy, to be fair. It's ended up quite messy. I think we're done with the cockpit. Oh, no, B-29. Where's that bit just arrived from? Out of nowhere. B-29. An extra bit of dashboard. 29. Ooh. Go back. Go forward.
Yeah, much better idea.
Ooh, cramp in my finger.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, there we go. We did have one that was quite cracked up. Not that one. I think it might have been that one. No. Oh. Oh.
Stay.
No, that's fine. Right. In that case, let's do that. Do it. Just do it, son.
Is it straight? Is it angled? Have you stuck the side piece onto the...
Yeah.
Is it straight or is it angled?
So I'll show you 2 seconds.
Because it could be either.
So that's what I've just done.
So is it straight or angled?
Ah, where is my camera?
Mine's a pint, please.
There you go.
Oh, you've got a completely different idea to what I've got.
So it's slightly angled, basically.
But no. No, that doesn't... It says stick that bit on, and it's pointing to behind the piece that it's showing on the paper. That made no sense.
What?
Looks like that.
Looking at the way the instructions state it is slightly angled out.
A fresh glue. There we go. And come on. Awful.
Right. Let's have a quick look. See. GB Models is in the house. He's saying hello. Hiya. How you doing?
Hello, GB Models. How are we doing?
And Junkworks is just saying thanks to everyone that's just subscribed to him. Well done, everybody.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, Joe's just saying that he did spam it quite a lot this time with that build. Yeah, I did see it around in quite a few groups. Good for you. Put a lot of work into it.
Oh, yeah.
And Anfield's just asking Joe if he has a channel, and he said, "Yeah, it's Joe. It's Joe McClaston. That's his name." Yes, I watched with bated breath what you did with that B-17 because, as I've alluded to earlier, I do have one up there on the shelf to be done. But you'd be glad to know, Joe, I watched what you did and decided that I would definitely not be doing that. You lost your camera. Oh, there it is.
No, it's back. It is back. Well, I am just looking to see if I have missed anything else because little things keep popping up and going, don't forget me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm done with the cockpit.
I think what I'm going to do, while you're having a quick look,
done.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to, bring the camera right in, and we'll go through what I've done so far. So basically all I've actually done is the cockpit area, making that tub up that we were talking about in the instructions. So this is the floor, as you can see. Oh no, if I can get my grubby horrible hands in the right place. So yeah, not a lot to go on the floor, but quite fiddly in some respects. Usual sort of detail. We've got our back wall. That all we've done is literally put a cushion on the top here. That's it. I stuck it onto a cork. There is a little tab for where it goes into the base, etc. And what I've done is I made a little hole in the top of the cork and pushed that in, so it gives me a nice flat surface. Because obviously I'll paint both sides. Then we've got the left-hand side of the cockpit here, and these are all the bits. He says. So these are all the bits, this piece here, this piece there, that one there, that one there. These are all extras that you add onto the side. And hopefully that's coming out quite well because I've got my can't see glasses on. But you should be able to see, hopefully. Yeah, a lot of detail there. A lot of detail. And then talking about a lot of detail, on the opposite side is all this detail. And the only piece you've put on is this tube here, which obviously is an oxygen tube, I believe, off the top of my head. But all this wire detail, etc., is on the kit. So really great detail. And then what I put is I've put the pedals on, and then I've put the control panel on top of the pedals, which is where it says it goes. It seems a bit odd to me, but I'm fully confident that they're right, and I'm just not really paying attention. So yeah, I've put that on. This is a two-piece. Obviously, that's one piece there, and it's got a tiny bit in the corner here, which we were just discussing whether it's on an angle or not. So I've glued that on. And then we have our front wall, which is just one piece, nothing to be glued on that at all. and then our seat, which is made up of 6 pieces. No, 7 pieces, in fact. So you got your main seat here, which is made up of 2 pieces, and then 1 piece for each side of the wall. And then you got this little bit in here that makes up the buckle, etc., for your lap belts. And then you got these 2 pieces on the back here that make it feel a little odd because it's literally sitting on these 2 seats, 2 bits. But yeah, so that makes up the seat. So everything's on corks. And then what we decided was, what I decided, and I think Karl would agree, is the best way to do this is to do the cockpit as in these parts and paint them up, etc.
Yeah, because I zoomed in so much it won't
Ah,
focus. I tried zooming in, but it will not focus now. If you look, let's go back out a bit. Yeah. I'm not sure what I've got mine resolution set to, but yours looks a lot sharper.
weird.
It's the same camera as well, I believe.
It is exactly the same.
Anyway, but yeah, exactly the same as James. It's just that I've gone a different way on how I put things together. I put the front wall onto the base of the tub, and I put just the pedals onto that section.
Yeah.
And I've kept the cockpit itself separate with that side piece on a very slight angle. That's the piece that we stuck all the bits on. Very, very fiddly. The instructions weren't superb for that, especially for this piece in the end here and that very small piece in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much the same. I will not be painting the back of my seat. So yeah, pretty much the same, just slightly different the way we've gone about it. So.
There we go. So just Joe's saying very nice, Karl. And we're saying not very nice, nice work, Karl and James. Yeah, it's taken us. We've been going for nearly 3 hours, so it's taken us a good couple of hours to get that bit going.
Wow.
And we're just saying that, or Lee rather, is saying, I'm going to go, James and Karl. Great stream, good work. To see you on the next one. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Take care.
Thanks, Lee. See you later.
Yeah, thanks for you've been with us for most of the time, so thanks very much for that. Jumpworks is saying M11-3 in the Balkans, then something different, a CVRT scimitar in the Falklands conflict.
That must be what's coming up on the Jumpworks. So if
yes.
you're not subscribed, head on over.
Indeed. So there you go. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more we can do for this evening.
No.
I think what we'll be happy to agree with each other is that we can paint these. We don't have to wait to be on screen to paint them.
Yeah, we do.
We can get the base colours on if you want to do the detailing, which is what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah, get the
base colours on, and then we'll do some detail painting in the next stream.
Yes.
And then on to the next steps, which will be a little bit of wheel work. In preparation for getting the main fuselage buttoned up already. Bizarre.
Yeah, I just wonder why you need that wheel work. Get that buttoned up.
You don't need. No, you do. It's a tail wheel.
Is it a tail wheel? Is it?
Yeah, tail wheel needs to go into place, and there is a couple of pieces, extra bits and pieces to put in.
We've got that upper cowl part as well there for the cockpit. We'll need to do as well to paint.
Yeah.
So
we shouldn't really move on too far. Well, we're not going to move on too far, and we certainly will be in a position, I think, next time where we more than likely will be starting the engine. to be honest.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially. Well, it'll either be cocktail.
Cocktail? Yes, please.
Cocktail. Yes, please.
Sex on the beach, please.
Well, you know, I can provide the sand. Yeah, it might. Well, yeah, it might just be all about detailing the cockpit up and getting the bits together for the next one, and then the engine. That might be a bit of a stretch to do both, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Anyway,
know.
Thank you very much, guys and ladies and gents, for watching. 11 people watching, 3 hours all but into a stream.
Yes.
Very, very grateful, and we will see you very, very soon. So from me, it's a goodbye.
And it's from him a good night.
See you later, guys. Bye.